This is going to have to do whatever this setting is now. This is going to, luck will have it, please. Luck will have it, please. I can't even tell if that's luck in or not, please. I can't even tell if that's luck in or not, please. I can't even tell if that's in or not. Now I'm losing kilobytes. Now I'm losing kilobytes. Now I'm losing kilobytes. You know what? Whatever. Now I'm losing kilobytes. You know what? Whatever. You can hear the game, you can hear me. It might be slightly out of sync, I'll fix it in the edit. If this is a terrible episode, I'll have a little look and we'll see. Hey? We'll run for an hour. We'll see what happens. Tell you what, it's a bit dark on my screen. Are there any settings to brighten that up? Display, invert, hiding face settings. Brightness. Can't tell how different the brightness is, but I'll change it. Doesn't appear to make much difference. Okay, fair enough. Where am I? I'm in a car park. Some other stuff in there, is there? It's just junk, isn't it? I'll just get in the car then, shall I? Truck door, get in. Truck bed, load, gear. Have I got any gear? Oh, my bag. To be honest, I'd have that in the back of my truck with me. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in, you share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. I did used to drink a lot of beer, so I recognise that as a concept. Sounds nice, that does. An apartment near a school with a view of the mountains. Julia wants to get a dog. I've got a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. Used to have a beagle. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while she's walking this dog. It's badass. Right, this is interesting because concepts are now being raised. The German shepherd's a bit more intimidating, but I've known a German shepherd that's a lovely dog, and I'd have loved to have had a German shepherd in my life. I've also had a beagle. Let me just check you can hear me talking on the old stream. Let me just check you can hear me talking. Yeah, you can. And the game is a bit loud, isn't it? Let me see if I can do something about the volume of the game. Just turn that down a little bit. That should make a difference. Trying really hard to get these settings. Just turn that down a little bit. That should make a difference. Trying really hard to get these settings sorted. Yeah, so it's interesting. God, I've got to collect my thoughts now. It is hard to do a stream to work these tech settings and to think about the art as well. We're not being offered any imagery, but we are being offered a little bit of audio. There's a sound of a dog barking. There's some feeling to this, but it's strange to me again that they haven't even illustrated it. It's just words. I was led to believe there's more. I mean, there will be more to this game, won't there? There'll be some visuals and some other stuff. But this intro sequence, the part that what's happening here, in my opinion, is that we're emotionally investing in the game, aren't we? We're giving some of ourselves to this character, making some decisions, and that allows part of us, our choices, our emotional investment to be tied into this character in the way I said at the start. We were ascribed a character, not able to choose it ourselves. Now we're getting to make some choices, and it's interesting that there's just text. Maybe that's so our imagination can do the rest. I don't know, maybe it's a deliberate choice. It's interesting. So I love both these dogs. Scruffy, undersized beagle. Sort of had one in the past. She wasn't that scruffy, but she was beautiful. I've had a scruffy, oversized beagle. They can be difficult. They can do a lot of running off and be difficult. And she wants to bring it with her to class. I don't think that's a good idea to take a dog to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. So he's protective. She protect. It could be a girl dog. They protect. They attack, but most of all, they badass. But there's this feeling already in me that we're going to have, like, the dog choice might not be an empty choice. It might be that later on in the game, me and the dog, it might be that we're involved in this firewatching business. So I would prefer to have the German Shepherd by my side through the woods, potentially, than the undersized beagle. Although the beagle, not opposed to being a little undersized, nippy, nimble, but difficult to control in the wood. Like my beagles in the woods, they would run off after rabbits and things. And if I were to say, "Oh, careful, follow me," they'd be like, "Chuff you, I've got a rabbit to follow, I can smell it." Whereas a German Shepherd might be more responsive, might be more, you might be able to keep that training aspect. We're going to go with the German Shepherd. I've always wanted to have one. I've had beagle. I mean, it's a tough choice. It's a really tough choice. But also, I believe that, because I've had a difficult dog in the past, and I believe that the scruffy beagle will definitely be adopted by somebody else, definitely easily find a family. Not so much the German Shepherd. So I'd go personally with the dog that is going to find it harder to be rehomed. Assuming these dogs are coming from a rehoming centre, because, I've got bits in my eye. Sorry about that. Should have had a proper face wash before I came on stream, shouldn't I? I've already been dog walking. But yeah, we chose Mayhem. So we chose Mayhem. I'm not suggesting that you go and get a difficult dog. That's a really big life choice. So think carefully before you rehome a dog. But yeah, we chose Mayhem. Mayhem's an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with you in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. Mayhem's a friend, child and pet all rolled into one, and it's a bit of a shame we have to leave him at home while we're at school, but maybe we've got a neighbour who can walk him. 1979, all right, 1979, so this is the past. You talk out on the deck, it's summer, 9:30, and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids, she asks. Kids, they're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have a couple of little idiots, are we still it's 1979, I've forgotten the dates. I don't know if I'm supposed to be more grown up now. One Day Why Rush would be good if I was still at school. That would be pretty good, it's just a good all-round answer. I mean, I don't know, it's a really tough, that's a big life choice that you're supposed to be making here. Doing this in the daytime looks like we're going to get a delivery from Amazon now, so I'm just going to have to deal with that. Thanks very much, cheers. I should really do my hands now, shouldn't I, after touching that? Just going to get my hand sanitizer. Other brands are available. So yeah, that's just some vegan bars in the post there from Amazon. Some vegan bars. That'd be nice. Right. Oh, I can't do it with the mouse, I've got to do it with the controller. So we're going to do One Day Why Rush, that'd be pretty good. I don't know what the context is, I don't know what's going to happen from the choice. We're going to do One Day pretty good. I mean, I don't know. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I'd like that, you say. She's asking me to marry her, and I'm just like, yeah. I should have said, that's an interesting concept. But why don't you hold that thought, and so it might pop up in the future, and then I'd have to do planning a surprise, something involving music, probably all sorts. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely, I haven't got a choice, we're getting married, right? Strange intro sequence there. I mean, now I'm in a truck, now I'm outside. This probably looks a lot more beautiful if you're playing it on your high-end PCs, but this is the Nintendo Switch running this, so it's impressive. You have to be impressed. There's my truck. Night in the woods. So it's a bit strange because I said I was getting married and getting a dog and everything and having kids, and now I'm out in the woods on my own. So that's a bit strange. Fire danger today. I'm trying to press jump, can't jump. Can't do anything. Oh, I can zoom in. That's a bit strange, isn't it, being able to zoom in like that, because we can't, can we, human beings? Our vision is not, what's the word, photo, when you zoom in, there's a word for it, isn't there, photo something. We can't. Oh dear, we can't do the zooming in with our eyes, like I can't go, like, zoom in with my eyes, can I? But in this game I can. Fire danger, extreme, really high fire danger today. Who's changing that? It's a wooden sign. Who's moving the arrow? Who's out in the forests moving the arrows of the wooden signs? Or does it happen automatically? Is it like a barometer where the pressure and the heat, like a temperature, is that like a big thermometer? The hotter it is, the higher it is. It's strange, isn't it? Strange. The music, this repeating lulling theme, do 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 do. It's just repeating a little bit too. The main melody theme is just repeating a little bit too much for me to start to feel repetitive. Being big on the art critic as we play this. I look a bit bright, don't I? I should change my face a little bit to make my face look a little bit dark. I've got ISO here. Look, just naturalise that down a little bit. There we go. I look a little bit nicer. And of course, I'll say hi to you in chat as you pop up. But I live in the UK, and most of my viewers are in America, or viewers, my friends, the Ganjipuka Warrior crew, are in either America or South Korea. So this early broadcast setup doesn't usually attract many of our usual crew. Hey ho, do not forget to check in. Do not forget to check in. You're in the country, in their country. Learn to live with bears. Oh, chuff. I love bears, like the concept, and I would love to be in the wild where bears are. But a bear killed a woman in America yesterday, and whilst I'd love the concept, I'd also feel really scared. But that's part of the enjoyment. It's part of the enjoyment. So I'm a bit worried about bears. No fireworks, that goes without saying, doesn't it? Why would you want to come out here and let off fireworks? It would scare the animals. It would potentially set fire to the woodland. It's just this is not a place for fireworks, is it? Look, this is a nice relaxing. Do you know what they do as well? I say they. I'm vegan. I'm wearing my t-shirt today. I'll show you that. Let's go big face. Show you that. This t-shirt here. It says vegan. You see that? So that proves it. Not only does it prove it, that's a bit like Richard Branson's Virgin logo. I redesigned it myself. You can get this t-shirt as merch off our YouTube channel, off True Binaural and ASMR, off Battery Exhausted possibly. You find this on the old YouTube merch system. And I've done the design on lots of different things, so you can get it on a leggings if you want. Just cool, isn't it? It says vegan. It looks like the Virgin logo, but it says vegan. So there you go, web browser. Switch. So I'm a vegan, and I won't go on about it, I won't bang on about it, but we're in the nature, aren't we? We're in the lovely nature. So some of the people would come here with their gun, wouldn't they? They'd see those birds and think, oh, I'll come here with my gun and shoot a bird, do them a shoot. And they'd come here with a gun and be like, oh, I could shoot myself a deer or a elk. I don't know exactly which woodland we're in, don't know where we are. Boulder, Colorado somewhere probably, possibly. That's where the narrative was set. Like South Park. But I don't know if they're like anyone could just come out with a gun in America. I don't know if that's the way it works, but in the UK it's sort of a bit like that. If you've got a license, you can just sort of go anywhere, not within 100 metres of a main road, of an A road, and then just discharge your firearm at animals. Seems a bit wrong. So as a vegan, I wouldn't want all these bangs and pops and all that problem. Just want nice chilling in the woods, please. So I can't interact with this, can I? Can't touch this. There's no buttons. 2 forks. There's a map there. Has it got a UR here? No. And the compass is wrong. Oh no, it's not. Never eat shredded wheat is correct. The compass is right. So we to assume that I'm facing north now. if that were the case. Trailhead, I'll be at the start of a trail. I mean, does it matter? Two Forks Lookout. Ruby River, ah! My beagle used to be called Ruby, our first little beagle, Ruby, bless her. Ruby River. Maybe I should have chosen the beagle, make me think of her. I can't quite read the words there, it says something but I can't read it. Mule Point. Right, anyway, look, we're in the country. Warning, thoroughfare trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. I can do walking, I'm alright. I've got my car, I've got my backpack. That's gone. I'm not interacting with that, so I guess I'm just heading up the trail. Weird, isn't it? If you find that repeating theme of the music starts to annoy you, then we'll turn it off, but I'm going to keep the sound design because we're going to review our entire... On rails here, look, I can't just go wandering off. I'm on rails. Oh no, I've disappeared into nothing. It's 1980, it's Thursday night and Julia's 4 hours late. She doesn't call, you're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. This is not... That's not my life. I'm the one that goes out all night. I'm the one that comes home and people are telling me. That's not how it works. Not in the 80s. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets in. You fight when she gets between the sheets. Again, not me. I wouldn't be fighting. So I'm going to say ignore her. You didn't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. This is going bad, isn't it? 1981. No, so a year has passed. We're having rows. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. Do I pose and flex like... Oh, I must apologise. You'll be able to hear all the building noises outside. I'm just going to close the window. The daytime noises, like I said before, people are building a house over there and doing things, so... Oh, yeah, background noise. So should I pose and flex like He-Man or frolic like a Victoria's Secret model? I don't like either of these options, so I'm just going to close my eyes and jiffle-jaffle on the pad like that, and now I'm a He-Man, right? I look awesome. I'd have looked awesome either way. Oh. Must have been hiking. Red, isn't it? Red, very red. Is that because the sun's setting or is everything on fire? Bit of tree there. On rails again. I feel really on rails. I feel like I'm open game, look, in the forests. Get the concept of being in the forest, but the forest to me is not on rails. So I feel a bit on rails here. Two Forks, fire lookout. Oh, it says it when I look at 8 more miles still. 8 more miles. It didn't say that, it says 8 miles, but the game's added it's like 8 more miles still. 8 miles? Hang on, wait, if the sun's going down and it's 8 miles away, and I can walk at about 4 miles an hour, but through terrain like this, maybe 3. So it's going to take me 2 or 3 hours. The sun's going down, I should camp, shouldn't I? I shouldn't be wandering around at night. Mind you, the trail's pretty straightforward, it should be, shouldn't it? Well, I haven't got a choice, it's 1982 now. I was born in don't tell people that. I was born in the 80s. So. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking mayhem at night. Fine. There's a festival in town, it brings folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. What, the chuff? Mayhem runs away. I thought my dog was going to be... May me moo fuck, did a dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You beat his goddamn face. You scare him. I'm not going to beat anyone's face. Scare him away then. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. I wouldn't do that either. You manage to scare all 3 of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say, okay, you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale's in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Again, so this is troubling me now. I'll do big face while I have a chat. Get me mouse working again, please. Big face. I wouldn't. This is not me. I don't identify with this character. I wouldn't argue that she shouldn't move. It already feels to me, just from these small snippets of story, like we shouldn't be together because things aren't working out. It's dysfunctional. I don't connect with this, and the fact that it's just text and I'm just being forced to, agree with this backstory. I think there's some interactivity in this options, but it's that Hobson's choice options, isn't it? Of you either do something you wouldn't do or do something else you wouldn't do. You decide, neither which is you. So I'm not going to convince her not to take it because that's a real bastard move. So I'm going to agree. But if she commutes back and forth, that's stupid. I should just move. You ask if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. But that's not what she wants. She wants to move to Connecticut. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. I don't know what a semester is, really. 1985, Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave. I'm just going to go back to the Nintendo Switch. Having an episode, she lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember that she'd happily loaned them to him. Like, Julia's losing it now. What's going on? She's found crying in the stairwell. You say, maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and wine and forget about it. I'm not just going to drink. Yeah, we should talk about it. After seeing multiple doctors, having many tests, they're worried she might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's 41. What the fuck? You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, mind blown. I was thinking when I played this game, I wonder if there'll be a few moments that, make stagger me, make me mind blown, make me think. Just going to check you can definitely hear me while I'm doing this, because definitely hear me while I'm doing this. You can definitely, because okay. I was expecting there to be a couple of mind-blowing moments. Big artistic game, lots of praise heaped upon it. I was expecting there to be a couple of standout moments. This is obviously one. Right early on, she's suffering from early onset dementia. Now, not many people could even grasp the concepts. I say not many, most people could, but I don't know if, the games, young people play them, we're on Twitch, it's not the domain of the elderly, is it, in general context. Of course, older, younger, any age people can come and watch. There's no age discrimination here. I'm not going to say, older people this and younger people that. It's not like that, but Twitch is just generally culturally more populated by younger people. The video game space is more populated, more appreciated by younger people in the main, isn't it? To a certain extent. I don't count. Do I count which way? I don't. I'm in the middle somewhere. But the people who suffer and deal with dementia normally, not early onset, but elderly age dementia, they're not generally on Twitch or playing computer games as much, we could say. So it's not a topic that's raised very often. Early onset dementia means that you suffer dementia 41. You're not going to make it to being old person. You're going to lose it beforehand. Dementia, I should just clarify in case you didn't know. Most people do. It's breakdown of the. I think I might be right in saying this. I might be wrong in saying this. Breakdown of the brain structure, the ability for the cells to communicate with each other, and eventually for you to remember and perceive and interact and behave in the way that you normally would. So it's really sad. When you get old, you talk about would your body go or your mind go, and for my nan, for example, she was all there mentally. She didn't have dementia like this. She was all there up top, capable, conversational, right to the end. My grandfather, his body degenerated, his mind was still there, yeah. But for some of us, it's the other way around. Our minds go and our bodies they still look like the same person, can still get out of the house and wander off. Shouldn't make a joke about it, but the mind breaks down. Early onset dementia, really tragic to lose somebody, but to know that they're still going to have another, potentially 30, 40 years left. We decide to keep it a secret, apparently, which is, again, I think that's baffling. I would not keep that a secret. I'd be talking to as many people, trying to find out as much as possible, reaching out for as many hopes as opportunities as let's pick up the journal. Why not? Is that me? I don't like the look of that. That was rude, wasn't it? It was just oh, it's gone. Mayhem's getting older. He's got silver hair down his back and slows down at night. Now that's going to make me feel sad because I've had old dog. Oh, I thought the dog was going to be part of the game. You and Julia walk into the bar to see your friends and it feels like nothing's changed. Julia goes back to the university. I don't know which university, the one closer or the one far away. I don't know. "1987, Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She, again, like, just me, but I might not be continuing. Like, if your brain's going, then persisting with academic studies like this is, and in her 40s as well. How come she's 40s, isn't she? Why is she still at school? She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Okay, so it was a job or something. I don't know what's going on, but bottom line, she's done. Her work life's done. It's about care, isn't it, from now on? It's about caring for her and searching for some kind of solace, answer, recovery possibility. I don't know if there is one. I'm pretty sure there isn't one for dementia, although in our modern world we hope that we can push towards a cure for everything, don't we? But she's sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love, rude. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. Okay, so life is pretty messed up. I don't know if at this stage, have we got kids, unborn children? Should we have kids? I mean, it might be have them quick because, time's ticking on your old mental processes, or it might be don't have them because it's an inevitable tragedy that they wouldn't know the fullness of their parent. I don't know. And it's hard to know whether she would make the decision. See, already I'm digging into this backstory now and starting to feel it a little bit. But it's only words on the page, isn't it? It's only words on the page. It's not really the game. Weird. If it was a film or a book, they'd raise these issues, these concepts, the characters would be doing these things, and you'd have to think about it in this sort of third person, watching them do it. You don't feel it as much. It happens, the next scene, the next scene, the next scene. Later on you think about it all as a big conglomerate whole. How did that make me feel? Maybe some scenes stand out, but in this you're given the opportunity to think about these little vignettes, these little moments, these little scenes, and to make a choice to be part of it, to linger over it if, like me, you do. And I think that gives it more power in a way. If you're at the cinema, not at the cinema, if you're watching a film and the scene played out until the point where you had to make an interaction and say, okay, this, or maybe that, and to think about the topics before you make your decision. If I didn't have to think about the decisions, then I wouldn't have to think about the topics, would I? And put myself in the place, and what would I say if this, and what would I feel like if that? I could just watch it happen in front of me. Tony Soprano yesterday on my television, he did his gangster mafia ring thing, and I didn't think, what would it be like if I had to punch that man, or if I was being punched? I didn't think that. I just watched it happening. Whereas this is, even though it's just words and a little bit of music and the red there, and move on. You tell her family they're crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. I didn't know she was Australian. Maybe we should all move over there. It's nice out there. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. So it's already sad, and the music's sad. Oh, sorry, knocking the microphone. It's already sad. It's making me feel a bit sad. The music's sad. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. Tragic is the word, isn't it? You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. Now that's not right either. 2-weekly visits, a nurse coming in 2 times a week, and me doing everything for the rest of it. I don't think that's, that's going to be difficult, isn't it? He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. No, this doesn't, like, for me, full-time facility all the way. I would worry about some of the aspects, of course, the vulnerability of your loved one. You'd have to trust the people in the facility to look after them. But I also understand that these places have got much better, the whole point that they know what's going on and they're going to do the best where I might make mistakes. And as much as I might want certain things, what's best for Julia is what's best for Julia. So whatever's best for Julia, we're going to do. And I'm going to trust the professionals. I mean, it's really hard, isn't it? Because I would also worry that Julia felt uncomfortable. She might not want to be there. She might not recognise it, feel out of place and homesick. But then she might not, because she's losing her mind. She doesn't recognise her home anyway, does she? So the moments of lucidity, she might be confused. There's a tragedy in that, but then the distress that would be caused by being confused at home, me being there, her not knowing who I was, the distress of all that as well. Yeah, I think we're going to move into the full-time facility. So I'm going between this tragic story and then this beautiful, this nature, this woodland. I've never been to Colorado. I believe these are birch trees, but in my life, I go to these places when I feel sad, to pull myself together, not to pull, to have some peace, some comfort. You know what I mean? I do that. I go to the woods. I go to the woods every day walking my dog. It's part of my mental health resilience program. I didn't realise it was, but it is. I can go down there, look. I was starting this way, wasn't I? I've forgotten which way I was pointing now. Am I just wandering around anywhere? There's a bit of a glow down there. I can't jump, so I can't go into the glow. I'll just go the way I was pointing, because it's a bit on rails, isn't it? But interesting that we're being made to feel sad by that story and our choices, and it's clearly the backstory for our character, the role we're going to play in this game, and our progression forward is built upon that backstory. So maybe these are not, maybe my character is, maybe all this stuff has happened in the past, and now I'm trying to work through it, feel better. I'm out in the woods on my own, obviously, so Julia didn't make it, did she? Hi, capital K. Must be pretty early where you are. It's pretty early for me to be streaming in the daytime. I'll just alight here in the woods and just tell you what's been happening. This is called, it's not called Overwatch, it's called Firewatch. And we're going to do we're talking about it. 7 to a chuffing, eh? 7:20 in the morning. Chuffing, eh? If my alarm clock went off at 7:20 in the morning, I just back to sleep. So you could just nice and relax, have a nice relax. 7:20. It's Saturday. You don't have, you can go back to bed, mate. The game's hailed, artistic, brilliant, old, not new to me, but I thought we'd play it, thought we'd have a look at it, and it's 4 hours long, 6, 8, 10 with my chuffing on, but it should be something that we should be able to complete this weekend, My alarm goes off at 4:20. That'd be cool, except again, still I wouldn't wake up. I'd just be like, oh, isn't it 4:20? Shut up. 4:20 in the afternoon it can, not 4:20 in the chuffing morning. Although I might, most of the time, still awake at 4:20 in the morning, to be honest. So there is that. Yeah, with that said, I'm just going to make my face disappear for a second while we look at the pretty picture. Where's my A7S? My mouse is moving really funny. Oh, so also what's been happening in the game is it's been giving us a textual backstory about basically our character has been married to this person and they've got dementia, and it's sad. So we've come out to the woods or something. That's basically the long and the short of it. Long and the short of it is our character's sad. They've had a relationship. It's the love of their life, but they've got dementia. Oh, look, there's a deer. Can you see it up there? Hello. I'm not moving. I'm staying quiet. He's run off. He wouldn't run off like that if I stayed still. I'd say chuff a lot more if I got paid for it, I'll tell you that. A family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Baldy. See, this is what's been happening. In between these visions of the woods, we're going back to this backstory on text. So that's what's been happening. Her family, I said her, the game is ascribed as a male character and a female life partner, but we're just going to say they, because, it could be anyone, couldn't it? And, not everyone has the same proclivities. Their family agrees with your decision. So we've agreed to move our partner into the care home, essentially. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. And now it's forcing me into these. I wouldn't. Again, not then every other day. I'd go every day. I'd move next door. I'd work at there. I'd volunteer there. I'd just base my life around her care, wouldn't I? Not then every other day. Then every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends, it's not the same. That's because I don't drink. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I'll cut your balls off. What? Oh, so my friends and their wives aren't happy with my decision. You slowly decide not to see your old friends that much. Well, that's harsh, isn't it? That's heavy. Don't know if that's healthy. Julia's sister, Susan, moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. This is 1989. You've always really liked Susan. Hang on now. Am I going to start going off with Susan? It's cheeky, isn't it? It's cheeky. They're being a bit cheeky, the scriptwriters here. There's some positives and negatives. I'm trying to get my mouse to move the chat. Make sure chat window is on top. Just shuffle it a little bit of shuffling. Like that. It should work. Oh, no. Now do this. Chuff. Why do I chuff these things about? Come on, one of these buttons moves it like. There you go. Look, there you go. Right, got it. She buys me an old typewriter. Why would I need an old typewriter instead of a therapist? And I would see a therapist. I definitely would. I'd have access to them because I'd be going to this care home and they'd always be talking about it. Months go by. Mayhem. That's our dog. Sorry if you didn't know. If you came here late. Our dog was Mayhem. We had the choice of which dog to choose. I chose the dog, the Alsatian, and I thought he'd be part of the game, but it's not. It's just there to make me feel bad when it dies. Look, Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Now that makes me feel a little bit sad. It actually does make me feel a little bit sad because we've got a painting. Maybe I should go and get it. I'll go and get it. This is big. I'll go and get it. Back, big face. I won't cry, but I might cry a little bit. Put my headphones back on because even though I'm not really using them for much, they complete the look. This is Navin. Don't know how well focused it is there. Oh God, I can't move the same direction as I need to move to get it in there. There's Navin. You can see Navin there. Can't you? You can see Navin. That's a painting, that is. Framed. Real life painting of Navin. Look at him. Look at him. Real life. We have that on the wall, right? We keep that on the wall above his bed. Can you still hear me properly? You can still hear me properly, can't you? We keep that on the wall above his bed. It's a really beautiful painting of him, like physical painting. And it was painted by Cliff. And this here, lots of paintings of his, this sort of brochure thing. This is his order of service from his funeral. Not Navin's funeral, Cliff's funeral. And I guess, yeah, you know, you can infer from that he's died, hasn't he, Cliff? Which is really sad. He's my stepdad's brother, so sort of like my step-uncle. Didn't know him that well, but I used to go to the Art Society, and Cliff was a member of the Art Society. I went there for a couple of years and spoke to Cliff at, like, we had, like, people come and talk to us and do painting, and then at break time we have a cup of tea and, you know, had a little chat. You know, I saw him out with our mom and, you know, out in a cafe for a little cup of tea once or twice. Yeah, Cliff, he was a talented artist, Cliff was, and Clifford Raymond Collins there, and he's produced some really interesting high quality works, and of all of them, my favourites, of course, are these ones. That one of my Navin, my boy, he painted that for me after Navin died, or was it after or before? I think it was after, wasn't it? Or maybe he'd started it before and then, you know. Anyway, like, it's not about when he painted it, really, is it? Yeah, in relation to this, these are the memories, aren't they? That painting means such a lot to me because I remember Navin and because I remember Cliff. So it's got a lot tied up in that painting. Without my memory, I'm trying to hold. Okay, I'm trying to not cry and tell you the things that are coming into my head. So just bear with me. The reason that the painting is so important is the memories, isn't it? And it invokes those memories. You know, it makes me think of these things. It gives me the reminder, doesn't it? So without my memories, that's just a painting of a dog, and then someone else look at it, they might like it, they might not like it, they might, you know, whatever they feel about it, it won't be anything near what I feel when I look at and think about Navin, and then following on Cliff, you know, and for other people, you know, that were close, like Cliff's brother, my stepdad, he sees this painting and feels things as well, doesn't he? And yeah, like, how am I trying to say this? Cliff died from cancer, so he was taken too young, really. Like, we would have hoped he would have been around for longer. That's a lot. Like, a lot of people. I should go back to. Where's the music? Why can't you hear the music here? There you go. You might be able to hear it now. I don't know. Anyway, the music's sad, you see. If I go to Nintendo Switch, the music's sad, so it's making me feel even more sad. So I should put that on for you so you can hear it and feel even more sad as well. The concept here is someone taken too young, the tragedy, and their memories are what's being taken. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. She doesn't remember Navin Mayhem. The picture, you know, all that meaning, all of that, it's gone, she's lost it. And so that's tragic, isn't it? Let me just make sure that doesn't fall down. So that's the tragedy in that, the loss of the memory, all that stuff that makes me feel so much, is absent, and that's the tragedy, isn't it? Months go by, Mayhem dies. She doesn't remember him when you tell her. But in a way, isn't that strange that, she doesn't even feel sad. She doesn't feel that loss. She herself doesn't remember him. So is it tragic for her? There's this, we're talking about, these concepts are human, emotional. I'm going to go further than that. I'm going to say, animal, emotional. We're animals, aren't we? Sentient, emotional. Because I actually believe that animals feel things as well. Emotional things, not just pain and cold and hot. So these concepts are also raised in artificial intelligence. We're not doing an artificial intelligence broadcast, but if you did have an artificial intelligence and it it could reprogram itself, rewrite its memories, the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind style, would you like to have your memories erased so you didn't feel bad? Would an artificial intelligence allow you to turn it off and recode it so it thought differently? Maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't want to. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe we wouldn't erased. Yeah, look, erased. Maybe we wouldn't want that. Given the choice, should I erase your sad memories, the things that make you hurt? It's something that you'd want to do for somebody, isn't it? Like if I just saying it out loud, or if you told me I could do it, if I had a magic eraser, if I had a thing, I found this in the woods when I was walking, it's a Nerf bullet, and I thought that shouldn't be out here, that's just rubbish. Imagine that's an eraser. It's got water in it. No, I hope that's not dog pee. Okay, well that's gone on the floor now. Let's forget that. I've got my hand sanitizer here, so I'm going to use that. Come on, quick, because I need it. Yeah, imagine if you could erase. I was trying to get sentimental then, and it's buggered it up with that thing from the woods. So, if you could erase somebody's sadness, if I could wipe those sad memories from your hard drive, it sounds like a gift I could give to you. I could stop you from feeling sad. I could make you feel happy. Just erase the bad memories. They go away. You wouldn't choose it, would you? I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. Forget Navin. No thanks. Forget why I feel sad about it. No thanks. The connection, the love. The love is why you feel sad, isn't it? It's why you feel sad. Why not amplify the sadness? Well, you don't want it to get too out of control, I suppose, do you? My point is, basically, you wouldn't change it, would you? You wouldn't, you've got that phrase, I wouldn't change it for the world, that people say. It's hard for me now to do this, because it's just forcing me to think about the things that I feel most sad about, I guess, isn't it? Maybe not for everyone. Maybe everyone's not. Maybe they're just thinking, Julia's, lost her mind, and that's a bit. But I'm sitting here and I'm taking more time to dig into why these things are, and it's just occurring to me that, and the sad piano music, it's all playing into it. It's building a vibe, isn't it? Building a sad vibe. But like my dog, Navin, he bit me so bad that I had to go to hospital a couple of times, like on different occasions, and that was bad, that was hard. But would I go back and erase Navin? Never have him at all? Not go through the hard times so I don't feel the sad? No, I'd go through it all again. Thankfully I don't have to. Thankfully, I don't have to go back. If I had to go to the dog rescue, because I went to the dog rescue and I've got to do this as a whole episode and tell you about it. I went and I said, give me a difficult dog. Give me the dog that no one else is going to adopt, because give me the dog that Nathan's going to stay, that he's going to stay in the dog's home unless somebody adopts him. Give me the one that's hard work, because I'm tough and I've got, I do the hard work. I'll do the hard work with the dog. So they were like, oh, they've seen you coming. Quick, get Nathan. They didn't call him Nathan at the time, they called him Russell. So I changed his name, gave him a new name. New boy. Not the name that got shouted at. But yeah, if he was in there now, if they rang me up and said, you know what, through some quirk of fate, through some wormhole, we've actually got, you thought he was dead and gone. He sort of is, but he's also back at the dog's home as a puppy again. Do you want him? I'd be like, okay, yeah. Let's go through that again. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? You would. And it's not just me and my, my things, your things that you have been through. You'd go through them again, wouldn't you? Because that's what made you you. You wouldn't say, no, just delete it, erase it, I forget it. And then ironically, I want to do Big Face, but I want to keep the sad music. So it's really helping the vibe. Ironically, what you do when you feel sad, not you, maybe, I'm talking to everyone in the world, of course, what us humans, what anyone, I don't know, anyway, look, what people do is they do erase it, they get drunk, or, they do other substances, or certain antidepressants that can just dull things out. You do try and erase it, don't you, just to cope. Like, you can't think about it all the time. So you just sort of try and blank it out. We distract ourselves. It's part of our Mental Health Monday plan. It's part of the good mental health support. You can't keep thinking about that thing all the time. Distract yourself, move on. Can you fix it? No. Distract yourself and move on. But, yeah. But the choice of permanent erasure, Nintendo Switch, the choice of permanent distraction, permanently gone. No thanks. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. So that is sad. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. And seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Well, yeah, I wouldn't, if I really was into this, caring for this person, this love, I don't think I would want them to forget me quicker. But then I suppose it might be difficult, mightn't it? Ingratiating yourself with the thing that makes you feel most sad every day might be maybe you do need the break. I've got a scar there on my eyebrow. I'm not that's not relevant. I'm not an expert, am I? So I don't know. Through COVID we had Nan live with us, and so I did see it every day, and choices were tough because there was a COVID, wasn't there? So did the thing that made her most safe. But it didn't mean it was the most easy. And before then, life was certainly easier, wasn't it? Easier. Visiting sometimes, not having the constant pressure. Yeah, summer's coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. Well, that's interesting. Random. You take it. Oh, well, there you go. I'm glad they'll have me. Nothing happened. Nothing happening. Just the sad music. I broke it. I'm just going to move things around in case there's something underneath something else. Oh, there it was. It was loading. I see. Oh, and here we are. Enter the lookout tower. So this must be the job I'm getting. Staring at black screens, iconic. You know what? We tried to sort out the sound. You probably fortunately missed the first 20 minutes of broadcast where I turned it off and on again, changing the sound settings by milliseconds each way, trying to line it up with the clapperboard. Yeah, God. Didn't even get it fixed at the end of it, just decided buff it and chuff it and move on. Right. If this is my job, I've decided to go out and do the Firewatch. then there's a problem with this. There's a problem. Yes, it's great to get away. Yes, it's great to move on, but not if my partner's still suffering and in the home. Maybe I should. Me personally, I wouldn't be able to do this enforced separation like this. I'd have to see it through, and I'd only be able to do this after all the sadness and tribulation had occurred. But yeah, here we are. This is the Nintendo Switch, so it might not render as well as your lovely PC, but we're in the woods. It's now night time. I've been told to enter the tower by some mystic force. First playthrough, absolutely yes. I should have put that on the... Do you know what? I'm just going to go to this edit stream info, and I'm going to put that unseen. Unseen. Yes, good point. Good point. Unseen, highly rated Firewatch. And then I just got to move my Windows view. Done. There we go. I move that around. And now we're back. Yeah, and also what we do here is we talk a load of chuff all the time. And I go on and on about all the artistic merits and aspects and feelings and mental health. And so, unlike other people's playthroughs, this might take more than the 4 or 5 hours. And we're aiming to do it this weekend as a full, complete thing, so we get the full vibe. So here I am, I'm sad, and I'm up the stairs. Is this the first day of my job? I don't know. Have I got a new dog? I would have brought a dog. Even if my old dog... What happened to the old dog? I don't know. Some unanswered questions. So, well, I'm supposed to talk a lot. I am a streamer. That's half of the thing, isn't it? It's the entertainment aspect. Look at that. It's pretty. I don't know if this is like stylized. It's not a new game, so it's not got the most up-to-date graphics. But I don't know if they made it. In indie games, you have that indie game style. Sometimes the graphics are sort of simplified so the studio can push out a lot of stuff quite easily because they're a smaller company. But also it adds to a sort of art style that kind of says indie in a way, doesn't it? So I don't know if that's a deliberate choice there, if that's shading, or if it's just because my Nintendo Switch runs like a potato. But either way, quite pleasant. This is a game you don't want spoiled. Okay, yeah, don't spoil it. Don't tell me. Well, I could spoil it for all of us by just not being capable of doing all the tasks. We'll see. The doors that are open. Got that one down. Turn on the power. Now, we've been... Doors closed. I didn't close it. Who closed that? I'll have that open. Thank you very much. Oh no, I'm outside. I didn't walk outside. I just pressed the door open, made me go outside. Before we go in there and turn on the power... These commands, these prompts, they're necessary for the game. I get it. You have to tell people what to do. But I'm supposed to be immersed in this woodland environment. There's a little bit of wind going on. The HUD heads-up display, for me, it kind of takes me out of that immersion a bit. I know it's a difficult way. What's around here? I don't know, is that propane? Butane. It's dangerous, isn't it? Just outside there, and what's this made of? Is this all wood? Wood. The game's called Firewatch. That's the source of a fire right there. Right there. Isn't it? One of those falls off. The whole wooden thing's gone up. Hasn't it? You'd think they'd store those. Well, you played it to finish. Okay, cool. You finished it, so maybe you'll feel not as sad. Maybe you'll be prepared, or maybe you'll feel double sad for you're having to go through it all again. Are they? Oh, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Look, you see those little dots? That's not good graphics, is it? But we're not going to worry about little things like that because it's an indie game. But a bit of a shame. Maybe it's the Nintendo Switch running like a potato. So yeah, we're having a little look around. Boarded up here as well. Boarded up. That's a bit harsh. It's a bit. Why are we all boarded up? It's a bit cold and dark, isn't it? All boarded up. Okay, let's go in. We'll turn on the power generator switch. Big button there. Maybe there could have been a way of...
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Oh. Someone said hello to me then. It's the switch's fault, yeah. Okay, someone's talking to me on the radio. They can wait a minute. They can wait while I do my talking. I think them, look, because it's big on top, isn't it?
You're there. Your lights are on.
Contact supervisor on tower, big on top. I don't think you needed that, because the radio's doing it. You know, if you could make the game tell you the things...
Hello, Two Forks, come back.
Yeah,
Pick up your radio.
Alright, in a minute, miss. If you could make the game tell you things, like if I'd have come in and there was just a red light on there, and, you know, interact, but not telling me, put on the power, maybe I'd have figured it out. You know, maybe it'd be natural flow. They've already given us a bit of linear progression, you know, follow this path, do this. Maybe they don't need to have the such map table. You know, maybe I should be able to work that out myself. Such in your face, drag you out of the... But I don't know. It's cool. It's working. Cookbook. National Forest guidebook. All right. I can't press and touch anything. What's that? Water jug. A book. The Singular Mind. A book. Glory. Put down. They're my options. Pick up and put down. Can I read it? Is it... I highly doubt I'd figure out. Yeah, you're kind of right. You're kind of right. It's an actual book. Oh, look. It's like that's a real book that's in print. The Singular Mind by Dr. I mean, are these here as like little Easter eggs for you to... Because I make media, I make content, I make art and things. I know all about putting in little Easter eggs for people to follow, for, you know, ideas of things that have influenced me that I think, rather than say, why don't you read this book, I just put a copy of it in the game and then, you know, hope people pick up on it. Interesting. Oh, my phone's ringing in the other room. Well, that's not going to get answered, is it? They're going to be cross. Right, can I put that down now? Thanks. There's my bed. It's not been made. I've just got in, haven't I? I've just got in, of course it's not been made. Desk drawer. Can I have a look in the desk drawer? Can't. I'm not allowed. Supplies for Two Forks. Oh, the wood stove. Let's... Should I... I'm a fire watcher. See, again, I'm a bit worried about setting fires. If I'm a fire watcher. Oh, there's a bucket there. Fire. That'll be handy later, won't it? A bit worried about setting fires if I'm a fire watcher, because I'm going to burn the whole place down, aren't I? Pine cone, I'll have that. Oh, it's not one of those games, is it? Look, I'll just put it back. It's not Fallout where you just, I'll pick that up, Alright, we'll talk on the radio then. Let's get this going. I imagine this is going to kick off a consistent theme in the game, because I do know that there is some narrative involving a radio. So let's see what happens. Hold Zilla. Hello? Am I pressing ZR to select? Oh, see, no, it does need to tell me what to do, doesn't it? Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to chuff and do this. ZR to select the dialogue. Yeah, hello. Release it and talk.
Hello?
Oh, that's my voice.
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
I'm pausing that. Taking us right out of the immersion. He's talking for me. So I've got a voice. It's voice acted. So again, it's I'm just gonna have to turn off my face for a minute, just for a second. A7S, just for a second. Don't worry, I'm still here. It's just the old, you know, responsibility on the internet to not do anything naughty. I'm back. Yeah, so he's doing the voice, so I'm being acted. I'm now a character. It's somewhere between a film and a book. You know, you take it for granted in a book. This is so weird to me with games. In a book, I take it for granted I'm going to read the story from someone else's point of view. I'm going to see it through their eyes. And I'm quite happy to do that, follow their story. Sometimes I like the character, sometimes I don't. Quite often the protagonist is someone that you can feel some sort of connection with. Maybe you choose books for that reason. You know, when you're younger and you're in school, maybe you're more interested in Harry Potter. And when you get older and you're disillusioned in life, maybe you choose books like The Singular Mind, like was on there. I don't know, but the idea of a game, you quite often think, right, I'm going to get to be me. It's my choices, my decisions, my character. I'm going to put my hat on. I'm going to be a dark elf if I want to, or I'll be a dwarf if I want to. You know, do that sort of thing, and then to be presented with someone else's story in a game can really work. It can really work, absolutely. But sometimes for me, personally, I get a little bit of disappointment. I'm like, oh, I'm following someone else's story. I'm not making the choices. And the whole point of the interactive medium of the game is that I'm making the choices. But some of my choices are slightly forced because my character chooses to do them. I'm already out here doing the firewatching. I've already said these things I'm not choosing to say. I've already left my missus in the home. And then some of the things are definitely my choice. So it's a bit of an interesting concept. It's not a negative. It's not a negative. Although personally, I hope for a bit more agency, a bit more my personality to be in early on. But yeah.
People take this job to get away from something. So what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
Whoa. It's going to take us more than 4 hours to get through this. She said people take this job to get away from something. So she's already on to us. If they didn't ask us that in the interview, you know, if they're not asked, if you've been interviewed trying to get, oh yeah, I'm trying to get away from my, you know, meth habit. Oh no, well we can't have the job then because you're probably going to, you know, probably going to be running around trying to get meth off the bears. If I said, oh, I need the job because I'm running away from my, you know, you know, you'd raise these things in the interview, wouldn't you? And then for her, whoever this is, I haven't met her, I don't know her, I just picked up the radio. She's been there on the radio for hours. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? Are you there yet? And I finally got to this place, climbed up the stairs, and she's there on the radio straight away. Is anyone there? You've been chuffing away for hours, haven't you? Impatient. And now rude. What are you getting away for? What's your story? What have you done wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Not instinctively, oh, my wife's got dementia and it's really sad. I mean, that would be my first answer, wouldn't it? My wife's got dementia. That would be on my mind. I've been talking about that for months, years now. It's been going, you know, I've got all this straight. I'd be saying that.
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
What? Reply. Oh, that's Zoom. Reply. You've killed husbands. You're rebelling against mom. Nobody back home can stand you.
You're
rude.
probably out here because nobody back home can stand you.
Okay, because it gave me a timer then as well. I don't know if you noticed, but on my reply, it looked like there was a timer. So I immediately felt pressure. And I had to get through those quick and just pick the one that I instinctively felt fitted my play style. And she's already being rude to me. So I find in life, this might be wrong, but it might be right. You never know. In life, when people are... I mean, this is different in the UK, because in America, people are not so much rude as confident or straightforward. Straightforward's a better word. And I find in the UK, I am straightforward quite a lot of the time, and people think I'm rude. I think in America, you're much more... We talked about can I get the other day, instead of please may I have. In America, people say, can I get a bottle of Coca-Cola? And the person in the shop like me says, oh, you don't want that. They do horrible things, kill a Coke. And they say, can I get my bottle of... And in the UK, you'd say, please may I have a bottle of Coca-Cola? And the man in the shop, if you me, would say, oh, you don't want that dirty American sugar rubbish. Why don't you have a nice orange juice? And then you'd say, okay. I'll take your word for it. Much more... much less pushy and confrontational in your statements and, you know, way of being, in a polite way in the UK. And to be straightforward can sometimes be seen as rude. But yeah, the responses are a bit pointed. So there you go. They are a bit rude. Capital K is agreeing with me. Good. But I find when people are like that with me, that if I do it straight back to them, and just like naturally I want to be polite and meek because I'm polite and meek. But also I used to run a hairdressing salon, so when people were like that, I'd have to be the boss and be like, absolutely not. This is how it's going to happen, and I make the rules. Like, like I couldn't be like, oh, okay, absolutely. Oh, do you want to pay £20 less? Oh, fine. Oh, absolutely. Oh, do you want to be booked in on this day because I've got another client, but I'd have to move them. Oh, okay, I will. I have to say no. I do this and this, and it has to be this, that, and that. And I'd have to be as pointed as they were sometimes. And I've made some really good friends, one or two that. Because they are straightforward and I am straightforward, and neither of us, because we've got to know each other, feels it's rude now. We just get used to it. We just deal with it. I think it's good because you can just be more honest. And if you don't take it to heart and feel like, that woman there doesn't know anything about me, that woman on the thing, does she? She even said, I don't know anything about you. What's your backstory? So for me to take it personally and to be like, she's being rude to me because it's me, don't need to do that. She's just rude generally. So I can just take that with a pinch of salt, and I can go, a pinch of salt, a useful term, isn't it, on the internet, a pinch of salt, not being salty. Like, I can see that she has this way of being, this straightforward manner, so I can not take it to heart and feel like it's my fault. And then I can even laugh about it a bit. And then because I've got friends like this, when they do it to other people in society, it's funny when my sister, who doesn't have the same level of patience with these people as I do, and I'm laughing now because they're finding it rude and I'm not, because I see the fact that they're not really trying to be rude, that they're just straightforward. It's funny, so I actually like it. So I make friends with these people, I give it them back. They take it, and we're friends. And I find as well that they don't. Another good example is Eddie Hall, Britain's strongest man, the world's strongest man. We made a documentary with him, and I was part of the team, and so I became friends with him. And Eddie Hall, and other people. I've got other friends like these characters in the pub that are big tough, and if they do the big tough, and you sort of back down and go, okay, yeah, you're right, no, absolutely, they think you're a bit weak, and they just think, where's your backbone? But even though they're like, he's the strongest man in the world, right? Sometimes you might have to say, oh, no, mate, I think this. And they respect your choice to, they respect your strong will more than they would if you just back down. And you don't have to have a fight with them, the strongest man in the world. But yeah, you have to be able to stand up for yourself in these situations. And those people, they're not that rude. They're straightforward, and they respect that, and they respect you being like that. So it ends up working out, I find. Let's resume.
Which, after this brief introduction, is not a big shock.
I'm going to have to put the subtitles on just in case I miss things, because I'm not very good at it, and that's going to spoil the immersion as well, I know.
Ouch. I'll chalk that up to you being tired and grumpy.
Well, I'd better get some sleep then.
One sec. Now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but maybe you just really like trees.
I hope you can hear that all right. Maybe I'm a lot louder than the game. I'm just going to turn the game up a little bit, try and get that.
Maybe it's a borderline fetish. A tree fetish.
A tree fetish? That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Oh man, a tree fetish. You'd be alright though, wouldn't you? Would you be alright? Would you be turned on all the time by all the trees? I don't know. What I mean by you'd be alright is like no one's going to have a problem with you like growing your own trees, are they? They might have a problem with you like doing your business in the woods, but nobody's got a tree fetish. What a silly thing to say.
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Henry's just desperate to get off the thing, isn't he? He don't want to talk to her. And fetish has been blocked. Allow. Sex-based fetish. That's not a term. It's not a sex term, is it? Fetish is a psychological. It's like a definition of it means that you're into objects. I'm surprised I don't have a tree fetish either. A tree fetish. Imagine. Oh, your wrinkly bark. Oh. Oh, I love your wrinkly bark and your extended multiple limbs. I like the way that they have a sort of fractal pattern. Your fractal patterning. Oh. Are you monocotyledon, dicotyledon? Oh, dicotyledon. Look at those lovely dicotyledonous leaves. And I wonder if you'd have, like, would an oak tree be more like, oh, big tough oak tree? Because they all start as saplings, don't they? And they grow into big trees. Or would it be that, like, a nice tall fir tree with its spiky spines and its smell? Maybe it's the smell, you know. I want to spend some time investigating tree fetishes, but we're going to have to carry on with the game. Firewatch, boom! That's the immersion blown. Day one! Shout that. Day one! Day one! Alright, do I have to press a button? No, I was probably loading. You can't tell because my face. Yeah, loading. Look. My old face. In the way of the loading. It's going to take a while because it's Nintendo Switch, so don't you worry. Oh, bro, did you look that up on the internet? Or did you know that on your brain? Arbophiles. I hope that it allowed that, so that can't be a sex word. Arbophiles. Oh, hello. My giant fat hands are typing on the typewriter. Tiny little typewriter.
You probably slept like a rock.
I slept like a rock.
There's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in.
Work?
I can see you at your desk, so
okay.
Call me when you're ready.
She can see me? Hang on. She can see me. I can see you at your desk. Does she mean she can literally see me? Or does she mean like, oh, I can tell you at your desk? Can I read what I've been writing? Tomorrow's the big day. I was going to drive up today, but there's a guy coming by from the university to grab another box of books. And he was a real pain in the ass about doing it before I left. You know, they've written backstory in there. It's quite cool, isn't it? Hiked in last night, got lost on the way here. Maybe grumpy from lack of sleep. Good fire last night. Alright, it's late afternoon. I actually made a good fire. Again, I'm a Firewatch. I don't want to be making any fires. That's my job. I'm causing trouble for myself if I start setting fires. I actually made a good fire. It's a good idea for me to keep doing that. Okay, I can't read the rest because of my big chubby hands. Got my wedding ring on. Look at the length of my fingers. Little thin, little stubble-o fingers. Not, you know, if you've got little fingers like that, fine. I'm not dissing them. That's just not how my human hand in real life is animated in my experience. And look at me Popeye arms as well. Look at me big Popeye arms. Look at me big forearms. Big forearms. I used to do sword fighting, fencing as a pastime in sport. So my right forearm was a lot bigger than my left forearm. But you wouldn't be able to tell these days. Right, so what was I doing? Pick up the radio. Photo with Julia. Oh, can I have a look at that? She's got her hands covering her face. There's me. I'm a big ugly, aren't I? I look like big Harry Kane or Harry Maguire. Big chuffing ugly chuffer, ain't I? If you look like that, you're not ugly. You're beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. I was only joking. I'm not. It doesn't look like me, that's all, does it? I'm not that bad, am I? Not that bad looking. I've got a big nose in real life, big nose in the picture. Looks fairly similar to me, to be honest. Nice sunset, yeah, okay. Is this my streaming desk? Is this my streaming desk? It's my equivalent of a streaming setup. Computer, a typewriter. At least you can't start a fire with it. Now what am I supposed to be doing here? Let's pick up the radio. I guess I'm one actor.
Sorry,
I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
What are we doing up at 6 in the morning?
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two.
I mean, they mean in the morning, surely, not 6:45 in the evening. If it's 6:45 in the evening, fine, that's acceptable.
But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it before. I have actually seen that. It's a map. Just gonna turn my face off so you can see the whole thing, look. And
it's
map
right
there.
in the middle of your room.
Well, I have, haven't I? Look.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, what the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
It's rude.
Not language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, I'd love to, except... Okay, compass.
Those fucking fireworks?
West, let's have a look. West-facing window. Oh, look, yeah. So,
I
yeah,
need
there.
you to confirm. Do you see them?
I'm having a look. Let me have a look. There, I see, look.
Seriously, are you seeing this?
I'm trying to press the radio, Delilah. It's not letting me press it. Do I put the word compass away? Lower compass.
Henry?
Yeah, I'm pressing the radio. I do see it, and I'm pressing the radio, Delilah. It's not letting me reply to it, to be honest. Just going to turn off my face in case I've got that in the way, and I'm just going to turn off the chat window. Where's that button? Right, no chat window. Okay, it's not underneath that. It's not underneath the A7S. So yeah, we saw them, didn't we? Look, we saw them. I'm here. There's my little room. I live in this one tiny little bedsit. Pressing all the buttons. Firefinder. Window. I mean, that's me pressing the button, isn't it? That's weird, because I do see them, and oh look. I'm picking out a thermos for you. Not just any kind of thermos will do. Got a cup built right in. Just can't put that down now. Ooh, throw that down. I'll go outside then. I'll take your cue. Can't. Not allowed outside. Is that it then? Is that the end of the game for us? Because flora of the poster. Got hanging my jacket on the electrical thing. That doesn't look like a good idea for a Firewatch guy. Calendar. It's a shame, isn't it, that I can't... Maybe it's bugged. Where's the actual radio transmitter thing here? Look, there we are. Pine cone, no? Can I go out that door? Oh, man. Shall I restart the day? I mean, there aren't button prompts. I mean, it said, can you hear me? And I was like, on the radio, yeah. That's not a glass cleaner, that's a pencil sharpener. You don't want pencil shavings kicking around, they'll go on fire. Well, let's just restart the day. Let's see if we... See if we can fix it that way. Go outside. Dandel says to go outside as well. Camera low now. Camera battery low 13%. And it's 4:10. We'll get this cleared. We'll get this situation sorted. And then I'll walk the dog, charge the battery, come back and carry on. We'll just get this situation sorted first. Loading's taken a while, isn't it, on the old Nintendo Switch? Good job you got me to talk you through it. Right, here we are then, look. I can see your lookout. Where's your lookout? That came up, didn't it, look? I can see your lookout. It's gone away now. I can't see the lookout. Where's their lookout? Is that over there? I don't know.
Hey, sorry. Guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Woo!
Yeah, Jesus. I guess it's what, 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Oops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out
Get
of
on with it,
commission for a
Delilah.
day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job.
Oh yeah,
There's
okay,
a
okay.
thing in the middle of your room
Yeah,
with
the
a
map,
round
yeah, got it.
map on it. Do you see it?
Hold report, yes.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Then
This
she's going
is
to do a
the
bit of
Osborne
swearing.
Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne, learning something. I
You
wonder how that
use this to
works.
spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Confirm what Delilah's seeing. Okay, right.
Fucking fireworks?
Use the compass. Spin around until I'm looking west, which is this way, with the sink.
I need you to confirm. Do you see them?
Yeah. Look. Oh yeah, got it, look, got it!
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Okay.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is.
Ooh.
The closest ranger is like 2 days away.
Your job is whatever I say it is. Now that's... I would have known before I come out here what was in my contract and what I was contractually obliged to do. Because, you know, there's some things that could be dangerous that you don't have to be doing. So,
Go
well,
down there and set them straight.
apparently it is. Okay, am I taking my bag then? Can I take my bag? No. Can I take
You
anything?
can handle that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like, kick the... No, I'm not going to write a ticket. Not really into discipline. Write
Do
the
I write him a
ticket.
ticket?
Easy there, Dirty Harry.
Well,
Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Okay. Handy. Have I not got a rope in my bag then? I'll just leave, eh? That's just... No, it took me bag. Right. I'm outside. It's cold. I mean, you don't know that it's cold, but I'm telling you. I mean, I can't feel it. The wind's making me feel it. It's cold. Trust me, it's cold. Right, I'm down the stairs. I'm away down the stairs. This is straightforward now. What's that? Read the map. Oh, I don't need a map, do I? I'm just going to go west. Go west. Life is peaceful there. Go. I can't even read the map, to be honest. I can't see that. It's too little. Oh, look. There I am. On the map. Clever map. It's a bit like one of those Google Maps. Ruby River down there. Supposed to go to cache something on the way, aren't I? Never eat shredded wheat. So I want to be going that way. Cache 306 on the way. Down towards the lake. And it's over to my left, isn't it? Right, can I put this away now? Lower the map. What's that say? Jonesy Lake. Jonesy Lake. Do you know what? We used to have a cat called Jonesy. Ruby River in Jonesy Lake. Fair play. This is easy. This is easy. Look, got my radio. Got me. Oh, I'm getting lost now, am I? No, I'll just go this way. It'll be fine. Looking for a cache. And, oh, should I be down there? Looking for a cache and some fireworks. This will be easy, won't it? I'm not just wandering off in the woods, am I? Not just going to get myself lost. I've got a map. I forget them. There you go, look. What? Where am I now? Definitely wandered off in the wrong direction there. This is me all over. That's how I operate in real life. North. Where's north? North. Okay, I'm going to go this way. Find the rope. Right, I'm on track. Is it like this, is it? Do you have to follow a map? At least it's not on the heads-up display. At least it's a real physical map, eh? But, like, as gameplay mechanics goes, me having to follow this chuffing map, I wonder how long that's going to be fun for. Like, in real life, if you have to do this in real life and you have to follow the chuffing map, it's such a chuffing chore, isn't it? Although I did used to enjoy orienteering out in the woods. I'll tell you a funny story about that. We went on this We went on this outward bound thing, this school trip, where we got taken as a class to the wilds of Wales, to Marl Hall, and I can't even say either of those words properly. Marl Hall, Marl. Anyway, we got taken to this residential home out in the woods, and like made to run around in the wet leaves and crawl through the wet leaves and all that business. You know, doing some abseiling and chuffing around in the woods. And the one day was orienteering, so they got us in groups of four, little groups of four. They drop us in the random countryside, give you your map, and say, meet us back at the place in 2 hours. If you're not here in 2 hours, we'll come looking for you. You know, sort of business. Orienteering is outward bound scouting sort of business. Doing it with the school. And of course, I was not the naughtiest boy, but I was one of the naughty boys, wasn't I? Anyway, I wasn't terrible, wasn't really naughty, but I certainly wasn't going to give up this opportunity to just do what I wanted. So a couple of our groups, not just my group, a couple of us, we completely just abandoned our maps and tried to find our way to the nearest village, to the nearest pub. Nearest village, nearest pub. That would be that was the way. Don't know why chat just moved then. Don't know why chat just moved. Did move. Didn't know it moved back then. Weird. Yeah, some of us were successful. It wasn't me. I wasn't successful. But somebody was. We all got back eventually. And that evening, the people who had successfully found the pub had successfully bought naughty items for us to consume. There's a little story. But the whole point was for us to follow these maps and, you know, end up back at the place. We just chuffed that off immediately. They dropped us off and were like, thank God we've got the day off. Let's just do what we want. Not a good tip if you're given the job of orienteering. Not a good tip. Don't get yourself lost in the countryside looking for a pub. Don't have to get picked up by the teachers in the minibus later. Just follow this to get the cash. Cache. Box. Firewatch. Look, Firewatch. There we go, look. Already oh no, what? There's a tree in the way, look. Let's walk around it. Right. Just walk around it. Oh, you little chuffer. Okay. Why? Oh, why? Oh, I'm going to need to learn that. This is teaching me things. Look, lower the map. Why to climb over obstructions? Because later on, I'm going to be chased by something, like a bear or some fire. I'm going to have to, there's going to be obstructions. I'm going to have to press Y to jump. A bit like Call of Duty. Press Y to behead. Don't say anything naughty. That looks like the box up there, doesn't it? Let's head off to the box. I can still hear those fireworks popping. Open that. Oh, why does it make me do this if the number's always the same? 1, 3, 2, 4. There you go. Well, there's a little map in there and everything. Pine cone. There's loads of pine cones everywhere. What's the pine cone doing in there? That's a bad idea. It'll only attract squirrels. I'll take the old rope. Take that. Deal with whomever. Deal with the person setting off the fireworks. What's that in there? Granola bar. Can I have that? Eat, hold, examine. I'll put it back in case you need it for an emergency. Can I close that? Map, copy information. Absolutely. Information, close. Right, do I have to lock it again? Can I lock it? Where's the padlock gone? Alright, forget it. Pop fireworks. That's the wrong button. Map. See, there's all these buttons. Zoom in. Where am I going? Is it the medicine wheel? Oh, that's interesting. Heading towards Jonesy Lake, am I? Just carry on down this little path. All roads lead to Rome. I can hear the fireworks going pop pop as well, so I can find them, can't I? Should have done this in a whisper, shouldn't I? Relaxing ASMR. There's bears. I've lost the path now. Just wandering around in the woods. B to toggle jogging. Right, let's have a look at that. That's jogging. Running at seemingly median pace. What there? Oh, there. Firework. Say that way. And when I get there, I'm going to give the right telling to, because what the chuff are you doing? Oh, rope hook. Well, this is designed to teach me about rope hooking. It's steep. Go on then. Interesting. Okay. Interesting that it's asking you to do these things. Like I was saying about Call of Duty earlier. They're not. Are they teaching you to do mechanics that you're going to use again and again in the game, or is it just like you are moving along a linear narrative and occasionally pressing arbitrary button input to do arbitrary thing? I don't know yet, but we'll find out. But rappel. There we go. Am I actually doing a proper rappel? Or just climbing down the rope. Oh, chuff it, Henry, you chuffing idiot. I wouldn't have done that. Did the rope break? I'd radio that in if it was me, yeah.
Hey,
What the hell's wrong with you?
my rope snapped coming down the shale slide.
You didn't break anything, did you?
The rope.
No, I think I'll make it.
Well, be careful for Christ's sake.
Stop, she's so rude, isn't she? Christ's sake, swearing all the time. Chuffing bugger. How come I'm not allowed to swear on Twitch? Well, I am allowed to, aren't I? I just choose not to because I don't want to be setting a bad example. And the games themselves have got swear words in them. Where's the fireworks? Is that the end of my chat? It's the end of my chat. Where's the fireworks? One of the old climbing gear. What? I want to head sort of towards the right. I'm slightly off the path. What? Don't want to let me go there, does it? I can't tell which way I'm looking, can I? With the map. West. I'm heading west. I'm not heading west for the suntan. The lyrics of mine. Shift your sitting bull. I'm a running man. I'm not heading west for the suntan. Wounded knee, what's there for me? Yeah, lyrics. I'm lost. This game, man. I've walked into the chuffing corner there. I thought I was walking the right way, and I've walked into the chuffing corner. I mean, this is not ideal for someone like me, because in a real-world situation, like, you go to I told you about how I went to Prague the other day and I had to get that taxi driver to drive me around the block. Like, literally just, like, took me for a ride to charge me money just to take me back to where I started. I just get lost anyway. Right, now I'm going to turn left. I get lost going back home. Journeys I've taken all my life. I get lost all the time. Right, okay. We're good. Deal with them. Let's deal with them. Oh! There's the fireworks. Right, lower the map. Here's some trouble. Beer can, I'm having that. Clean up. Bundle of fireworks, I'm having them. Inspect. Giving them an inspection. Scream wife. Fire rebel. Magic missile. Rotating and inspecting. Have that. Confiscate. They're gone. You've lost them. A fire? Right, I'm having that whiskey.
Ferret are Irish.
I don't want it. I want to pour it on the fire if I can. I'll have to save for later. Be a cat. Look, let's clear up this rubbish. Come on. Do you know what? This is actually me as well in real life. People leave their... We've got a bench up the road, just by the main road, and it's just like a bench with some grass. I go walking the dog. I walk past this this bench sort of every day, and every third or fourth day some idiot sits there and leaves their beer cans. There's no need to leave your beer cans by the bench. There's no need. There's even some beer cans in the woods that I go to, and it's just reminded me now that I could take my bag to the woods. Because what I do is I wait for them to build up a little bit, and then I take out a plastic bag and I fill my plastic bag with their rubbish, and I throw it in the bin, which is just 200 yards down the road. It bugs me that people litter, that they just leave their rubbish. And these people must wonder where those beer cans go. Oh, they just get picked up by someone. They probably don't. They probably think that some bin man comes and deals. I deal with it. It's me. And when I see the people sat there drinking the beers, do you know what I do? I go over to them and I say, please don't leave your beer cans. Make sure you take them to the bin A, and put my thumb up. And they go, yeah. Chuffers. They always leave them. If I catch them one of these days, I can radio. Oh, sorry, I must have missed. Oh, there, I see. Good call, campfire. Right. They decided to. I get
look,
you.
they decided to have a campfire too.
The idiots down at the lake?
Yeah, them. I just found where they're hanging out.
Okay, reported that. I don't like the way it's still smouldering, and stomp out. No, that's no stomp out. I just gonna pause this for a second. You don't stomp out a campfire like that. All the embers go and everything goes on fire. Should know that if I'm a fireman, shouldn't I? What you want to be doing? Choking it out with dirt and mud, like choking it out like that, or have a little whittle on it. Do your little fire. Shouldn't I have a fire extinguisher? Haven't I got a fire extinguisher? Just report what I've done. Let's do that again.
Well, I put out their fire.
Man, I would have named that forest fire something good, too.
Hey, I can always restart it.
No. I think your first instinct was the right one.
Although, to be fair, if they are going to camp here, and they've got a responsible fire surrounded by rocks, and that was their source of, heat and light for the next 12 hours, just buggered it up for them, haven't I? Well, harsh. Here's their bags. I'll report them, but I'm not going to touch them.
They left their packs tied up here.
Don't fuck with them. The last thing we need is some hikers filing a report about harassment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to mess with people's property. That seems rude. Oh, look, is that a butterfly or a bird? It's a butterfly, look. Whee! Look at him. Her. Them. Where's it gone? I've lost it. Where's my butterfly gone? Oh, the birds are flying over there. That could indicate that they're being disturbed. What time of day it is? They might be coming back to roost now at this time of day. Or they might have been disturbed by something in the bushes over there. There's that butterfly. Whee! They could use that butterfly in the game to help attract your attention to things that need to be looked at. Couldn't they? Clever. Is that it then? I suppose I've got to find the people. I've had their fire. I've forgotten which way I came in. I should have left the fireworks lying around so I could remember which direction I was facing. Map. Put away. Look. By the lake, maybe? Should I go down to the lake? West. The lake's west. Right. Let's go and tell some people off and then I can go out and walk the dog. Oh, look. Report closed.
Out to dry. It looks like 2 people. What if they're naked?
Won't that be exciting? Look, they're obviously still there, so tell them off and then head back.
What if they're naked though? Now there is a part of me here that, as a Firewatch guy, I know you're not supposed to mess with their stuff, but part of the old Firewatch guy wants to just do something with the clothing, doesn't he? Part of, the naughty streak wants to just hide some of the clothing. Say a badger ran off with it or something. Maybe a badger. Badger ran off with your. Saw a fox with your jumper on earlier. Just come to tell you about your fire, and oh, by the way, I saw a bear wearing your trousers. In England we call them trousers. what's going on over here. Oh, hello, a bit hanky-panky, or is this a murder? Oh, they were setting off fireworks and stuff, weren't they? So, no murder, probably. Probably less likely to be a murder. Ugh. I'm going to radio that in. Or should I examine it first? Oh, I picked it up! Ugh! Don't pick them up. Report underwear.
Panties.
There are what?
I don't want to say that word again.
Why, because you're 12?
Right, I've had enough of this now. I'm getting right in there, and these people are being told. Do I have to radio in every chuffing thing though? Another bra, and I'm not radioing that in. Just straight out to tell them off. Hey! Right, let's turn off the music, that'll get their attention. I don't want to pick it up, I just want to turn it off.
Full stereo!
Oh, hey, put that down.
Put it down?
It was expensive.
Fucking
Ooh.
cool it with the fireworks!
Please just put it down. We won't light anymore.
Teens, they are drunk.
You probably have a tiny dick.
What? They've been rude to me. Are they naked?
You're gross. You're just
Can I radio them in? Oh, I see, look. I know you're lighting fireworks. Quit the fireworks. Did I say that? I don't know. Find a way back to Two Forks. Well, is that it? They're not being... I hope they drown. It's done. It went fine. It's done also.
Done.
Well, that's ominous.
Hopefully there won't be any more trouble.
Good. Thanks for going down there.
Do you know what though? I mean, I hope I'm wearing a uniform or something, because can't I turn that off? Obnoxious music, can I turn it off? Oh, I'm taking it. That's mine now. Yeah, I hope they try. That is well harsh. How did the moderator know that was an aggressive message? Right, there's your clothes. There's your campsite. I'm taking this back to your campsite. Leave it on the rock. Just drop it there, fuck it. Swore then. Right, that was obnoxious. Now I've got to find my way back home. I need the map, of course. Two Forks is where I'm going, isn't it? Find a way back to Two Forks Lookout. I'm over here. So, I mean, I've obviously just got to walk towards it, haven't I? I'm not doing anything weird. It's just that one rope thing's broke, isn't it? Thunder Canyon, I don't fancy that. Sounds like Madonna, doesn't it, that music? Lower the map now. Can't jump. Oh, I can jog though, can't I? Yeah, there we go. Let's just run away from that situation. I mean, it's a really weird situation, because here I am, a middle-aged fella in the woods, my character, middle-aged fella in the woods. Don't know me from Adam. I've turned up, they're naked, leaving their clothes lying around. You know, there's the amount of agency, old climbing gear, we saw that on the way, didn't we? The amount of agency you have is limited, but like, what a weird situation to suddenly be thrown into there. Am I going to be able to climb up there, even though my rope broke? It's steep. I mean, in real life, I'm up that. Do you know what I mean? In real life, I'm up that. I'm climbing that. Nothing's keeping me off that. But in the game, it's too steep for me, isn't it? That's a problem. Go down the old climbing gear. What do you reckon? Could be dangerous, couldn't it? I could just fall to my death. On the other hand, we know there is a path, some sort of pathway, so I'm just going to do it. No, I'm not. I'm not allowed. Can I take the old climbing gear and use it to climb my way up there, please? Oh, that's just what I want, isn't it? It's a nice rope. Ooh. get me up there, won't it? Oh, chuffing chuff. Now I'm running around in the woods. Night time. Come in. I'm lost. I don't know how to get back. Can I radio that in? Can't she help me? Why would they do this to me? Zoom in on map, right, look. Where have I gone? I've gone up there. Mile Creek's down there. I need to get back up that thing, he won't let me. Thunder Canyon. Doesn't sound good, does it? Caves. Looks like a long way back through those caves. Medicine Wheel. Like, part of me thinks I can follow Thunder Canyon along. I don't know how I'd get through the cave at the end, follow that path there up to Two Forks Lookout. It's my only choice, isn't it, really? Let's try it, and if it all goes wrong, then it all goes wrong. Dog walking time is rapidly, it's basically upon us. Battery is at 0. This is the obnoxious areas music box thing. Can't go up there. Lost in the woods now. I'm going back on myself. Clothes, they're not going to help me. Right, I'm out by the lake. So theoretically, can't head up the canyon that way, look. This had better work. Can't keep running. It's not as long as you think it is. It's not as long as you think it is, trust me. Up to canyon. I don't want to cross. I want to be in the caves. Climb up. Let's check the map. Check I'm not going too far. Zoomies. Where am I? Halfway. Okay. And let's go running again.
I have a bit of a confession to make.
What is it?
Okay, I was drunk last night when I welcomed you to the job.
Yeah, well, you're not the first boss to be guilty of that.
I know I can get a little pushy, putting you on the spot about why you're out here and stuff.
It's fine.
I'll keep that sort of a thing to a minimum. Anyway, let me know when you get back to your lookout.
I'd love to, except I'm feeling like I'm getting a bit lost. And it would be great if you'd just told me how to get there.
Yeah, I heard some thunder.
Yeah, I've got eyes on a storm out to the north.
Well, that's bad, right? Because of the lightning?
It just means we'll be busy. Hurry home, and try not to get hit by lightning.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got a lot of choice in getting struck down.
Especially not with your electric personality.
Oof.
Ugh.
I see my joke did not spark your sense of humor.
Oh, I'm just gonna let her have that one.
Can I report cave? You just said I could report cave.
What's in this cave down here?
In Thunder Canyon?
Thunder Canyon?
Hey, I didn't name it. But in the cave, I don't know, rocks, NFS tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
So,
So I say, fuck it. You're a grown man, you can go where you want.
Swearing.
great. Used to go caving with someone back in Colorado. She loved it. Might be great to explore it sometime this summer.
Well, that could be fun. Obviously, be very careful.
It doesn't seem that dangerous. Whoa, whoa! Oh, no!
Henry!
Seriously, it's completely fine in here.
God damn it.
I wouldn't have done that either. I personally would not be messing around with the, crying wolf.
There's some guy out here giving me the creeps.
The creeps? Wait,
Someone
he's
shining
looking
a
at you?
torch.
Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Henry,
do I get there?
there's something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Look, bumping into someone in the middle of nowhere is part of the fun.
I don't understand what she's going on about there. That was creepy. Where am I? I'm only at the start of that little this little path here. And I want to be heading basically south by east, southeast. South by southeast. So this is trials for me now. This is me having to use my brain a lot. This way. Lower the map. This way then, yeah? What the chuff? Go on, let's get me up and over some of this. Yeah, I'm out in the dark now. I've come up this way. This is the path. It's all quite linear. Right, it goes this way. Got you. Then it must go back left again, mustn't it? Like that, yeah. There you go, got you. So that man was up the top was actually helping because he was showing me where I had to go. Ooh, look at this. Jump, whee! Jump. Just arbitrary button inputs for arbitrary actions there. Now where am I? Gosh, this is the right trial, isn't it? Press Y to get back. It's getting cold now, you can tell because the wind. Where the chuff am I going? These rocks are quite handily built into the shape of some steps, aren't they? Why can I do this here and I couldn't do that at that old climbing bit with the rope? Because I'd have easily been able to climb that. Feels like I'm being forced down some arbitrary rails, like the old Call of Duty campaigns, which is acceptable in ways, but it's like a sort of fake interaction in a way. This element, I'm not really making choices, am I? I'm just wide to climb rocks. Watch little cinematic. Trail close sign. Tired. Oh, idiot. Now I'm breaking the stuff.
Well, that trail isn't closed anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took care of the blocked path. It was backbreaking, but, anything for the service.
Well, thank you.
Anytime.
Just wandering around in the dark now again. Where's my tower? I'll be able to see. There it is. Let's go. I tell you what, it's amazing how the tower suddenly seems inviting, elevated. What's my typewriter doing on the floor? For everything.
What can I do for you?
Well, my typewriter is on the ground, outside of my tower.
You right?
Yeah, look,
No.
the wind? No. How the hell...
You should get inside.
Fuck me.
Someone's messing with me. Like, a bear hasn't been up here. The window's open. Door's open. Let's throw my typewriter down. Wherever I put it. Where do I put it? Oh, I've thrown it on the floor. Come on, you jaffhead. Why would you do that? It's my typewriter. Oh, people have been shuffling my stuff. Oh, can I turn the lights on? Can I close the door? Can't close the door. Let's have the lights on. Oh, they broke the window. I wonder if it was those teenagers, those meddling kids. No, they wouldn't do that naked, would they?
Someone broke in.
Hey, what?
They broke in, they wrecked the place.
Threw my
They threw my
typewriter out the window.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Ooh!
Shit. I'll let the Forest Service know what happened.
Oh, she'll just tell the people. I mean, that's it. She'll just tell people. Do you want to send the police? I suppose I am the police around these parts. Aren't I? I am the police. Broken window. Now what? Can I go to bed? Or can I fix anything?
Put in a call.
Oh, she did. She done stuff.
Well, what can they do about it? Will they catch whoever did it?
This is the Forest Service, Henry. They're not exactly Hawaii Five-0.
Hawaii Five-0.
Do you have any idea who would have done this?
Why would I have any idea? I've talked you through every single chuffing thing that I have
Maybe
done
the guy
on the way.
I saw in the canyon, but I don't know why the fuck he'd want to mess with my stuff.
Well, I'll have the Rangers keep an eye out for a man hiking on his own and question him if they find him. I can't believe someone.
You had a torch as well. You want to look out for
I worry
someone with a
about
torch.
bears and fires, and that's about it. And now I've got to worry about some deranged hiker going after lookouts. Great. Okay.
The camera's just
in the
run out
morning,
of
I'm
battery.
gonna call my friend Patty, who works the desk down in Cody. They keep a list of everyone who's officially been in and out of the trailhead since, I don't know, forever, and see if we can get a list of names. We won't get much, but at least if anything else happens, we can refer to it and see if anything comes up.
Thanks.
Well, that's a bad
I
start.
need you to feel safe out here.
You need me to feel safe. Well, it's chuffing not going to happen, is it? Someone's broken in and wrecked my whole place. The window's open. It's cold.
Anyway, I hope you can sleep. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Can I just go to bed then? Oh, day 2. There you go. Right. This is where we're going to alight for the moment. I will pause as soon as it loads in. Don't do anything while the loading's going on, of course. You don't want to break it. My face is static because the battery's run out, and you're not allowed to do anything while it's loading. So when it finishes chuffing loading, we will adjourn for the afternoon. I will take the dog to the woods. The real woods in real life. I will return, and we will see how Firewatch opens out. How does that sound? Sounds good, doesn't it? Good. Well, if you can't be good, you're naughty. You can't be good, you're naughty.